Hey, it's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, and we are live. And I finally did the countdown the first time right, so I think I need props for that. But welcome, adventurers. I'm your guide, Sean McZoo, and this is the Reptile Show Reporter. As usual, Bill Strand, the headmaster of the Chameleon Academy, is my co-host. Tonight, we have Eliza, and Mikey Ben will be here later in the show. As soon as he gets in, we'll put him in, but... time for the music, so we're going to put on the music and start the show. Actually, when we do it this way, we're not even muted. We could have sung it as well, but I don't think there's words to that song. So, all right, Bill, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm in the middle of, as you know, I now do a daily vlog, and oh my goodness, it is. There's a lot to that. It's a lot of fun, but oh my goodness, I'm like running on fumes.
All right, Liza, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really nervous, but I'm good.
There's no reason to be nervous. We're not going to ask any difficult questions. And before we even get going, we're going to start by adding announcements. So, Bill, announcements?
Announcements. No new announcements other than join me every morning at 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube for the daily vlog, and just enjoy hanging out with the life of a chameleon wrangler.
Wait a minute, Bill. Are you a robot or an AI? Because 5 a.m. is not a time that anyone should be awake. If I see 5 a.m., it's because I'm still awake.
It's not 5 a.m. for you. It's 8 a.m. for you.
I know, but I would love to live on West Coast time here in the East Coast. So, I would like to get up at, noon or what have you. But, all right. Okay. So for me, podcast number 15, Keith Gisser from Herps Alive is now live. It's on Spotify, Audible, Apple, iHeartRadio, as well as YouTube. I'm still putting up the social pillars 1 through 4 on Instagram and YouTube, and not YouTube, Facebook. And podcast 16, I'm going to announce it. I did it yesterday. I recorded it yesterday. Podcast 16 will be Adeline Robinson Art. And we talk about everything. So it's a really cool podcast. So that'll be the second Tuesday of February. So now being January 31st, that's coming up soon. All right. So Eliza, how are you?
I'm good.
You're nervous.
I'm excited. I'm really excited to be here, though. It's like such an honor for me to be here for real.
So strange. I don't see you in. We got 27 comments already. Holy mackerel! Wow. So Chris said, "Hey, Sean and Bill and Liza, I'll put these up because we don't see them if we don't see them when we replay it on the thing." So there's his, and I got to put his picture up. Let's see if I go backwards to there he is. All right, there he is. And let's go back to the comments. Panther Palette. I don't know who Panther Palette is.
It's Julie.
Julie, okay. We need a picture. I think this is the second time Panther Palette's been on, so we need a picture so that we can go with the picture, but I don't have it. Two Turtle Tom, hello, friends. Hi, Tom. You're going to be with me next week. I hope you remember. But replacing Bill, not that anyone can replace Bill, but anyways, there's Tom with his daughter Paige. All right. And then we're going to James Cross. James Cross is doing the Facebook thing. Oh, no, that's actually YouTube as well. Let's put James Cross on. He's one of our podcast aficionados or people that was on the podcast, of one of the 15 people. All right, what else do we got going on in the comments? CNC Tortoise. This is like the third time they've been here. So, Bill, do you know who this is?
Yeah, that's Mike Jan.
Mike Jan. Okay, all right. All right. I count on you to help me out here, Bill.
That's
Mike
right.
Jan. Oh, he's supposed to be on the live right now. He's supposed to be. So, Mikey, just log in and we'll get you on. You have the log on. So,
Mikey, what are you doing?
We're going to talk about the show that you were at and have a whole bunch of pictures from you. So, we're going to go that way. All right. We'll take Mikey off. James Cross. The vlogs are so much fun. Great way to start the morning. Stephanie Payne is here on time.
Whoa!
Holy mackerel. So, Eliza, you right? It's Stephanie Payne on time. So, I don't know. I guess we have to show her picture here since she's here on time this week. There she is. All right. And then back to the comments. It's like a workout for my elbow here. Misty Mountain France. Who is this?
What?
Hi, Matt.
She's here again, Bill. So this is the second time. So we need a picture of her.
Okay.
If I have to go grab one off the internet, it'll be, an embarrassing one. So she needs to just send me one she wants to choose. All right, Mikey Ben. Okay, he's logging in. Misty Mountain Fans is talking to us some more. And all right, James Cross. Hi, Yvette. Okay, let's stop that kind of stuff. So we're through the comments. We've come to the point where we have to talk about Eliza.
Yay.
So I'm going to give you some of the questions I usually ask the podcast people. First of all, would you just please introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Eliza. My real name in real life is Princess Consuela Banana Hammock.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's just Eliza. I don't know. What do you want me to introduce with myself?
How would you describe yourself or define yourself?
Probably just chameleon crazy, honestly.
Okay, that's a good thing.
That's about it.
Well, you also a Star Wars fan?
I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Yeah.
Oh wow, that puts her in the ultimate list. So Star Wars is one of my
impressed
top
with that
4
background.
things, so,
yeah, we have a Star Wars gaming room.
Wow.
We're really big nerds at my house.
I mean, I've seen the movies over 100 times each, but I don't know if I'd have a gaming room. But
I needed a gaming room.
All right, there you go. That puts you at a level different than me, so that's good.
I was there in 77.
So jealous.
I was there at all the movies. I was actually, and I was for the first run of all the movies. The opening
Sean,
night.
you're only a year younger than me. You were there too.
Yeah, I was there when it was a year, and the replays and the prequels and the post quills, whatever you call those. I was there for the opening nights. My son actually was at the prequels opening night because my wife got us tickets. He was only 1, but we took him anyways at the midnight showing. Back when midnight showings were actually at midnight and not at 7 o'clock or whatever they are now.
Mm-hmm.
But there we go. All right, we got Mikey Ben here now. I guess I'll add him to the stage and just let him introduce himself. Here we go.
What the heck?
Oh, you've got your snake.
This
All
one's
right.
for Sean. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Yeah, this one's for you, Sean. You want to?
All right.
We talked
Milk
about it last
snake,
week,
right?
so
Or is it a
I'm
king
showing
snake?
off a little bit. And it's a Nelson's albino
Yes,
snake.
that's what I thought. The Nelsons. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I didn't see its head, but then I only saw them as babies down in Cincinnati. So that's cool. They still grow up and they keep their colors. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
He's a 4-footer, so he's doing pretty good. He's about 11 years old.
Okay.
And unlike ball pythons, they never sit still, so it's always like a plain slinky.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
All right,
really
Eliza,
super
back
chilled.
to you.
Here we go.
We're going to talk some more to Mikey if we have time about the show in Canada, but we're going to talk a little bit more about Eliza because we're going to make this all about her. She's
This is all about
afraid of that
Eliza.
whole
This is
situation.
Eliza night.
Yeah,
You
this
guys
is
are-
Eliza night.
Okay, whoa,
Eliza,
whoa.
Chameleon Crazy Star Wars fan night. I can't
It's
have
bad.
that.
It's real
Those are two
bad.
things I love. So
Okay, cool.
Star
We
Wars
can
and
have lots of
Chameleons, I've had a ton of
conversations
both,
then.
so I can't.
Mikey, I have a red lightsaber and a blue one.
Oh,
Wow.
So
Awesome.
So where
Jealous.
where did you get those? What kind do you have? I mean, was it from
Disneyland.
Disneyland? Okay, you built them yourself
Just
at Disneyland?
As a 12-year-old, and you'll understand. But yeah, every time me and my husband go to Disneyland, we have to buy a lightsaber.
Yeah. Well, I took kids because it was an excuse, but I would build them myself now, and I'm over 50, so approaching the speed limit on the highways now. But all right.
you're old.
All right. Two Turtle Tom says that's a gorgeous necklace. All right. I used to wear my iguana as a tie back when it was little, many, many moons ago, my first one. That was 35 years ago, something like that. But that was fun to do. So all right. So what more can you tell us about you, Liza? What was your first what was your first exotic pet?
Like my own exotic pet. Was a guinea pig.
Mhm.
They have a special place in my heart. I just like how they kind of at you. I think it's adorable. And I lived in China for about 6 months when I was 19.
Wow.
I had some turtles that that was cool. And I think they were red-eared sliders actually, and then I think nothing for a while until I walked into PetSmart and saw my veiled girl, and I literally did not drop the subject on buying her until my husband broke down. So I even got my kid like pushing. So we saw her and went home and did like, the cliche research and okay, this is all you have to do and all you have to buy and stuff. And the next morning he said, okay, if you still want it, the next morning you can buy it. And I woke up and I called my friend and I was like, get in the car, we're buying a lizard. So we went and bought her, and then I got her all set up, and it was the Chameleon kit, the not great one. And my husband saw it and was like, that doesn't look right. Don't they live in a tree? Like, that doesn't look right. And I was like, oh, okay. You probably know what you're talking about. So he's just really smart. So I sat down and did some more research and like stumbled on YouTube and found Neptune, and she kept referring to the Chameleon Academy. And then I went like real rabbit hole into that, and the next day I was like, we have to buy all new stuff. So but that's the start of it. I got a good flow down with her. It felt like I was doing a good job with her and felt like I could take on another one. So 6 months later, for a Christmas present, got my tree beard, and he's a panther. And then
what locale is he from? Do you know?
He's an ambilobe.
Ambilobe, okay.
He's real spicy. And then let's see. I think in June I got my Jacksons from Frank Payne. So it's not stopping.
So do you have any other exotic pets at home, or?
I have a hamster too. So his name's Winter. My kid named him after a dragon book that she really likes. It's her hamster, but I take care of him.
Absolutely. That's the way
he's in like this massive enclosure where he can burrow and like what is that, like forage for things and stuff like that. So that's just fun to watch him kind of run around, do his own little hamster thing. And then I've got a crested gecko that's a rescue that spent the first 5 years of his life living in a fish tank. So I got him and put him in a bioactive as soon as I could. So
that's great.
Living the life now. I think that's it for exotics.
So one more announcement for me. Ann Panette's chihuahuas just laid eggs in their cage last night. So the craziness goes on here. She's going to come back and get her 8 geckos around May, and before she goes away in August. But still babysitting them, and they keep challenging me. And her crested geckos keep biting me, and as I try to feed them, but that's the story of no good deed goes unpunished. So I don't know. Bill, thoughts?
I'm just well, that's how you ended up with chameleons. Okay, we got that question pretty much taken care of.
Yeah, I went into a lot of detail.
Oh, that's good. We expect that, you know.
Okay.
That's what the people want to know. The people want to know. So, do you mind telling us
how
many
about we
children
ask, where do you plan on going? You say you're just getting more and more excited about chameleons.
Yeah.
What do you see ahead of you? What is your goals, hopes?
Sure, yeah. So there's a room in our house that's not finished. If my
I like
husband's
where this
watching,
is going.
sorry. But that's gonna be my like breeding room for the Shamrock chameleons.
Excellent.
Yeah. You know, Brevicorn, or the, what is that? Illuminati. I mean, no, nothing. Shush, you saw nothing.
Buzz that out of the show when it's repeated. So, all right, we'll
yeah,
do
that's gonna be my breeding room. And my Jacksons will stay in there too, because I think from what I can gather, temperatures might be good for both.
Yep.
So that I am really, really hoping for a Brevicorn. Oh my goodness, those are really cool, just for a pet. And then a Parsons as well. So we'll see. I know every time you show them, I'm like, oh, is there
checking the eggs again. Okay.
I just really want to see a little baby with a little like flappy flaps.
Oh my goodness,
how
yes.
Precious. I can't even imagine. So I don't know. I'm excited to try breeding. My husband knows me very well, because he, like a year ago, was like, you're gonna try and breed in like a year or two.
I know what you're gonna
And I'm
do.
like, no, I won't. So sorry again. But yeah, I'm really excited about the Shamrocks, just because like they're really cool, and I'm also excited to do it as a group, as a community, because I don't know I've never bred before. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I just would really like the support. It never stops. This is true. It's really bad.
James Cross comment. But then we'll kind of put one thing in here, because so just for Chris, his reptile show in Michigan is Southeast Michigan Reptile Show Expo, February 17th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., which is a bummer still, because I'm on vacation at that time. So I don't even know if I'm going to make the Taylor show. I'm going to go to the sailing show. I'm thinking about the Taylor show. His show will be the next weekend, and I can't make it. So, but anyone who's around, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Shamrocks in the community, that's going to be a real game changer, because right now, when you want to breed, you're essentially on your own, and it's like jump in the deep end and learn how to swim. Oh, by the way, here, catch a bowling ball. And so there's such a barrier to do. I mean, it's so easy to do, but once you do it, it's like it's this overwhelm. And so there's better ways. There's got to be a better way. We're going to do it.
I think we got somebody new here today, Bill. Not new to you, but new to us. RCA Reptiles in Mandeville. Is that Dennis? Mandeville, Louisiana. Watching Bill for 3 years. Thinks you are his teacher.
Thank you, Mike. Oh, that may be thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have to speak autocorrect.
Yes.
Well, good to see you, Randy.
Mm-hmm. So, Liza, do you mind telling us how many kids you have, or what you
have one fantastic, amazing child, and I'm good after that.
All right. I got 5 times that number, but that's okay.
One is really fun, because we've got a really unique relationship, I feel like, where there's not, I don't have to take care of like 3 kids and all of their needs and all of that stuff. It's just one. And so I can just pour everything into her. So it's great. I like it. She might not, especially when she's a teenager. She's probably going to hate it, but for now it's fun.
Yeah. We were probably destined to have 10, but we stopped because we got old. But, if we'd have started a little sooner, maybe we'd have had the 10, but that's just because Jen came from a small family and I came from a bigger family and didn't care about, kids were kind of thing. And her job is to take care of kids. So that's what she does.
So she loves it.
She loves it. And she's at, my daughter, who's the 4th kid, is in a wheelchair, and full needs and everything like that. So she takes care of her. Awesome. But it's a full-time job. We'd have to hire someone to do that. And then she'd have to go out and work to pay for it. And we're like, no, we're not going to do that. Why would we hire someone to take care of our child when we can have her just do it? And so that turns out.
Well, and nobody's going to take care of your kid better than you are. Nope, so
not at all. No way.
Yeah.
No how. No matter how much they care or say they care. But,
well, Sean,
yes.
With you have bred chameleon. I know you've bred chameleons before. Mikey, have you bred chameleons before, or is a carpet your first?
Carpets are my first.
All right. So, Sean, when you first got involved in breeding chameleons, what was the biggest shock, or were you totally prepared?
The biggest shock breeding chameleons. My wife is going to try to say something here.
Yeah, like go back in time.
Oh, I wasn't breeding them, but she's telling me what the biggest shock was. 20 years ago, I came downstairs to find out that my Jackson had babies, and I didn't even know that it had been anything. And I was looking in the cage. I'm like, those crickets look. Wait a minute. There's something in the cage. What is wrong with this? Who's in there? What kind of cricket? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, those are little chameleons. Holy mackerel. And that was the first shock. That wasn't on purpose. That was just I got him, I got him from a pet show. Actually, what would have been the Medina show, which was here in the Cleveland area closer to me, and it just had babies, and I was like yelling upstairs, hey, there's a bunch of chameleons running around this cage. But what was the biggest shock?
Yeah, say when you first decided you're gonna do chameleon. I mean, you actually made a conscious decision to breed chameleons. What was the surprise, the shock? How prepared were you?
Actually, to actually get them to breed was a problem.
Okay.
So I was breeding Jacksons and both types of Jacksons and Hanelli and what have you, and getting them to actually breed wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought you just put the female into the male's cage or the male into the female's cage, whatever you choose to do. I usually put the female in the male's cage, and whatever you choose to do, and they go to it. But it wasn't that easy. And actually, the first ones that I was actually, and of course, those were all live bearers. So that was, you never know when they're going to drop. So you every time you have something to do, you're going somewhere, you got to be somewhere, they drop babies, and they drop like 30 babies on you, and they're so tiny, and you don't have to get them out, but you're going somewhere, so you want, and feeding them, finding the right stuff to feed them. I was prepared for those. The first time I did egg layers was quadricornis, and I had a hard time getting them to breed. But eventually I showed the two males to each other, and they decided they were going to be in competition, and they decided, oh, well, we're going to breed. So the biggest surprise there was just when the eggs were laid, and then just how they hatched out. It was hatching out eggs that like I hadn't done before, and how they hid them, and how they laid them all over no matter how good the lay bin was and how perfect it was, they laid them everywhere in the cage except for in the lay bin. Now, this was probably because the female was known to have been laid somewhere other than the lay bin, and was actually transported in a cage when she was in an egg, and ended up just coming out in an egg. It wasn't this was the person who sent her to me, or sold her to me. And so I figured that was why she was laying her eggs everywhere, because she didn't get laid right in the right spot. But I don't know. What did you think I was going to say, Bill?
I didn't know. I mean, the first time I heard about you were buying a Jackson's chameleon from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was, but I was, you pulled me into this, like up till here. I keep going like this to kind of get my nose above the water to take
trying to tread water.
and I just keep paddling.
Mikey, I don't.
And you're like,
I just open up a space.
There are two of you, one on each leg, carrying me down into the depths of chameleon breeding, and I just kind of keep my head above water. But from time to time, I surprise you. I go grab a frilled dragon or some snakes or something else, or tortoises or iguanas, and get out of the thing. But I don't really breed all those things. So
Okay. Well, Mikey, how have you are just preparing now? So how have you prepared for breeding chameleons?
Well, I have a Hovabator incubator, so right now I got them at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So they look pretty good. I think maybe in about 2 more weeks I'll get ready to put it into a diapause.
Okay.
Drop it down to about 66. For the babies when they hatch, I have like a bunch of sneaker plastic shoe boxes that I use to raise the baby Philsuma.
Okay.
So I've been selling off baby Philsumas and getting them into their homes, and those little sneaker boxes will be used for the baby cams if I'm lucky.
Okay.
Got the lights. It's just as soon as they hatch, they've got their all separate little enclosures to go in.
Excellent.
And I'm going to be looking at small little shrubs or small little plants that I can put in there, so it's kind of like a naturalistic versus just plastic plants. So
All right, Howard is
while I
here.
wait
Yeah,
for
I
the
think I
eggs.
have a picture for Howard. Where did I put that? Oh, there
So,
it is.
yeah, I'm ready for them. Got the
Howard's
lights,
here.
got the enclosures.
Sorry.
So
All right.
now I just gotta wait.
So you're going to be, and let's see. So you're not even to diapause yet. So you got a ways to go.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
Yeah, I remember diapausing the brevicorn. I was told it was going to be 13 months of total what it was called incubation. It actually ended up being 11. But wow, that was just it was forever. And then one day they like popped out 2 months early, and I'm just like, this isn't right. Go back in your egg. You don't belong out. But they popped out almost one after another, and it's been good ever since. So,
well, how long after diapause did they pop out?
11 months.
11 months.
After diapause?
After diapause.
Oh, I'd have to look at my numbers. It's been a couple years. It's been almost a year. But it was I diapause for what 2 or 3 months, and the total from the laying to hatching was 11 months. So
Okay.
So it was probably 6 months, something 6, 7 months.
All right. So I'm checking mine to see how long I got. All right. So I started, let's see, I did diapause in August and took them out of diapause at the beginning of October. So November, December, January.
You're gonna have babies tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. It may be soon.
That's always the way it is. When is the most inconvenient time for you to have babies, Bill? That's when they'll hatch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. When I go to Ohio. So
yes.
They'll hatch then.
It's going to be soon.
Do we have a date for that?
No, we don't. I'm gonna
My calendar is filling up, Bill. I might not be able to make that.
Oh gosh. Listen.
McZoo's got places to go.
I got places to go, people to see. I'm in demand now, you know.
I'm not in charge of the world. I just live in it. Let me see what. No, I'm not. He's over in Ohio.
Yes.
3 hours ahead.
All right.
So anyway, so let's see. Mikey's looking to do the carpets, and Eliza's going to be doing Jackson Eye and the Shamrocks. And Sean, do you have?
Yes, of course I have something planned, but am I going to talk about it? No, I'm not.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man.
You already know, Bill, but
I shouldn't
you
have
helped me get into this mess. So very soon I'll be able to talk about it. And I actually already have a Facebook group built and everything. So it'll be sometime soon. I'm going to have to decide. I want them to get a little older. They were babies, and there's going to be I want to get them to almost a year before I announce. And
then what are you talking?
Get
We're all
what
dying
to a
here,
year?
Sean.
Get what to a year though? I have a question. Get what to a year?
My baby chameleons.
God dang, I was trying to trick you.
I'm not that bad. I'm slow, but I was born at night, but it wasn't last night.
Well, I'm dedicating myself to the Shamrock, so that's going to be my future. James Cross is asking, where are you getting these formulas for diapause? He said
I was
diaper
trying to figure out what that was too.
for diapers.
I know, diapers. I got my formula from Diapause from who did I get it from?
This is the basic Parson. I don't know. It's just the basic diapause that Frank Payne's been doing it for. I had an interview with Frank Payne about diapause, and so everything that I know, most comes from that one. And then Sean sent me the his data logger from his Brevicorn. And so I included that actually on the Brevicorn Care Guide that's on the Chameleon Academy website. And so that's where I'm getting my information. And
I used Frank Payne too.
What was that?
I used Frank Payne too for the diapause and Ken Stanford.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's just 2 months at, was it low 60s, high 50s, something like that?
Yeah, high 50s.
Yeah. And the people who have been working with carpet chameleons have experimented with it. And honestly, this is the first time I have officially done a diapause. So this is a nice little growth opportunity for me. I accidentally did diapause 20 years ago or something like that, 25 years ago. I wasn't paying attention and it just kind of happened, but I happened to be up in the mountains of Java and had an earthen incubator. So it was just it was in a higher altitude, right around the same latitudes as Madagascar, somewhere around there. And so it just did it itself. So I can't take credit for that. I was hanging out near it, but I can't take credit for that.
Howard, as usual, is talking about formula and diapers. I think he mistook the Siri that James was fluid about.
Yeah,
but,
Howard, don't listen to Siri. She'll lead you astray.
Yes.
We're talking about diapause.
She's like one of those, what do they call those things that sit on the cliffs and sing real good to the sailors. Yes, but anyways.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what else do you want to tell us about you, Liza?
I don't know. I don't feel like there's much to tell about me. You'll probably have to ask me questions because I won't think of what to tell you, to be honest.
Okay. Well, Mike, do you have any questions for Liza?
What would be your dream reptile aside from a chameleon?
Wait a minute. What do you mean aside from a chameleon?
That's cheating.
We already know. We already know she's got her chameleons, but at some point she's gonna want something else. What would be that?
I really want to take. Well, I don't know. I can't pick one. I'd love a sulcata tortoise. I would love a tegu, and I'd love a ball python.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever get any of those because I'll probably just like
because it's so big, or
yeah, it's just like a giant tortoise dog. Sorry, two turtle tongues. I've met a few, and they're just like they're so amazing. I just would love one.
All right,
it would have to have its own house in the back. That's my sister-in-law.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I noticed the last name there. So from the email, so she painted you painted your back wall, and I see the Star Wars theme there, 100%. But
yeah.
All right, so so Steve Hefner's here as well. Wow, the whole team.
Steve, we've been talking about Brevicorn.
Yep, he's got some Brevicorn incubating as well. So
now would be a good time to update us on your eggs.
Yes, Steve.
Brevicorn update night.
Egg update.
Sean, and you know what I'm going to do? I have to choose a reptile that's going to be the pillar number 1 tomorrow. I'm going to have to choose the Brevicorn as a possible pet. So I've got tons of pictures of my baby Brevicorn, the one that's still standing. So it's all over the place. It's growing great. It's eating well, and I've got all kinds of shots of it. So I'll do that I'll put it on Instagram and Facebook tonight after we get off the air. So, Still looking good, he says. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Awesome.
It's like we have a couple of little people here and there that have Brevicorn. It'd be so cool if we all got together and traded bloodlines and such.
And you know what? My mouthy that we told that was, that's a Brevicorn complex is actually a Brevicorn. You look at it, it's a Brevicorn. So I know
Okay.
that I know the experts were all over the place. They kept coming back to different things. And every time I showed them a different picture, I didn't tell them it was the same animal. I forgot. And they gave me a different answer. But now I look at it, it's definitely a Brevicorn. And so I have two now. I have the one import. I had the two imports that I was going to give to Steve that the one both of them laid eggs and only one half of them actually hatched. But anyways, all right. So yes, there's a Brevicorn thing going on. So all right. So if we don't have anything else to say, Eliza, we know about you now. You're a Star Wars fan.
Yep.
You love chameleons, and you'd
Well,
like
I
to
think
have a
we need
tegu. I can get you a tegu. I got 3 in the other room. I'm trying to get rid of.
I don't know. I don't know
I
if
don't
I'd be
know if you really want
allowed. But I've got a really wise significant other that he can tell me now if I need it.
Well,
So I'm in a
happy
place
life,
where
remind him of that. I've been married 30 years, and I go by that rule. She tells me I can get whatever I want as long as I take care of it. But that's the rule here. But
I think I got to make sure that I've got the ability to do the things I want really bad, which are the Brevicorn and the Parsons, and then breeding those shamrocks. So
start there and move on.
Yeah,
that's good.
we'll see. That'd be like way down the road.
Mhm.
Maybe so. I just got to make sure I'm staying on task.
And what was the other one? So Cauda tortoise, a tegu, and what was the other thing?
A ball python.
A ball. Those are. You know what? I wouldn't advise a
they're
ball
cute.
python.
They're like-
They don't eat. They never
No.
eat. I have to I got 2 of them. One of them I have to feed every couple weeks because and one of them lost weight, so I'm having to hand feed them myself. So I don't know. I've had bad luck with ball pythons eating, so I don't know.
Sorry.
Hey, there we go.
Hi, Matt.
All right,
How are
Potato's
you?
in the picture. We need a picture.
We took. He puts up a picture of everybody.
Oh, I'll have to get one like my Misty Mountain fans or something.
Oh no, I'll give him a picture. Don't worry, I'll take care
great.
of this.
Okay, yeah, you go.
No, I'll take that picture over yours.
Silly guy.
She
happy
makes me
Bill's
delete
wife
everything.
last night, so I'm gonna have to
That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
What's Yvette's question for Eliza?
Well, I want to see more of the mural in back.
Oh, I'll move.
Yeah,
Can I move?
Yeah, there it is. Okay,
Ah!
that is cool.
So it's the Millennium Falcon view.
Yes, through the cockpit
TIE
of the
fighters
MF.
here and all that. Got can't leave out the Death
Well,
Star.
of course not. Are those Star Destroyers in the back there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The whole 9 yards. This might be a bad idea, but I'll try it.
That's okay. We don't care.
we go for bad ideas here.
Looks good.
There we go.
There we go.
Well, I've got
right.
tons of bad ideas. That's all I am is bad ideas. So
All right, I love it.
There are no
Yeah.
bad ideas. They're just bad execution.
we'll see. When I get my reptile room, it's going to be Lord of the Rings themed. So
Oh my
Lord
goodness.
of the Rings and Star Wars.
yeah, I love both of them so
Holy
much.
mackerel! I've got those movies on replay.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I
camped out for those.
over again. I've read the
So
books. I don't know how many times. I've watched the movies. I could quote both the book and the movies, and I could tell you the difference between the books and the movies. So, in The Hobbit in 3 parts. So, I'm all
love
about
them.
that stuff. That's awesome.
My glasses
So I
are
like
actually like Princess Leia glasses.
Princess Leia glasses?
Yeah, it's from. Can you say brands on here? Is that allowed?
Oh, sure.
Like
Yeah,
Do whatever you want.
So it's the glasses. Diff is the brand, and they do collab with different things, and they have Star Wars ones. So I have C-3PO glasses, and these are my Princess Leia glasses.
Oh,
If they ever have Lord of the Rings ones, then I'm gonna have some Bilbo Baggins ones.
all right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You get
All
Bobby
right, well,
glasses, huh?
Yeah, Stephanie.
Adriel or somebody in there.
Stephanie wants to know about Game of Thrones. Are you a Game of Thrones fan?
I'm not. I tried really hard. I don't. This isn't going to make sense saying, but I don't like really a lot of violence, which is ironic because it's like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and stuff, but they're not like really intense violence and stuff, right? They're not super gory or anything like that.
Oh yeah, we know. There's a
Wait
difference.
a minute. The Battle of the Five Armies isn't gory.
Well, okay, but like Game of Thrones is like too much.
Yeah, Game
for
of Thrones
me.
is cruel.
Yes.
Yes,
Cruel
yes.
and terrible,
Like
and it wasn't even.
drama to the actors.
And if you read the books, which I did, it was a lot worse than the books. So it was a lot more descriptive, and they stopped writing the books and they changed the whole thing. And as he got on the TV, but anyways, we're not talking Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones
We
here.
can talk Lord of the Rings though if you
we
want.
talk Lord of the Rings. That's perfect. That's great. What else?
Well,
what other
Grit's
series?
got a question. Are
I'd
there
like
any
to know-
expos?
Yeah, I'd like to know if Eliza's going to paint the Shire or is she going to paint Mordor?
Oh, you want to hear about the Shire? So we actually have an entryway from our front room to our dining room, and my husband wants to kind of circle out the entryway, and then I can paint it like it's a Hobbit home entrance. My house
That
is
is
going to be
awesome.
like
So
a
he's
normal
on board
house.
as well. That's cool. That is so good.
When we first started dating, I had a Star Wars bed, and then I was like, "Oh, this is embarrassing. I better change that." And then I found out he's just as nerdy as me, and I was like, "Oh man, you're just my person." So
Yeah, my wife actually took the Lord of the Rings, the 3 movies, and got the posters from the actual movies, and actually put them in a picture framed them for me. So I have those. Yeah, she's all aboard. So, and of course all my kids, even my daughter who's in the wheelchair has affinity for all these movies. So, you can tell
That's
with her
good.
behavior, and she's nonverbal, but she does tell you that she likes these things. And so, but no, I've got all my kids on board. So, that's the way it goes to be my house. You gotta love reptiles, and you gotta love Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. And,
Or Get Out.
Or Get Out. Yeah, well, the 3 of them have already, or 2 of them have gone out. One of them's almost out, and but anyways, all right. So, Mikey, go ahead.
I was just going to answer his question here. Any expos by me? There's like one in Salt Lake area, like twice a year. I don't remember what it's called. But I'm pretty new into the reptile hobby. Like I've only been doing this for maybe 2.5 years. So I just found out about expos last year. I'm real new.
Any idea when the Salt Lake City one is? Because I'm going to be in Utah, just at Clint's Reptile Room, April something. Yeah.
There's one in March.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what day. I'd have to look at it and let you know. But I'll go to that one. I'll be at that one. So that's the only one I've ever been to. So it was fantastic. I didn't see any wild caught.
And I also have Tinley, so I'll be busy.
Yeah. I didn't see any wild caught, so I think that's probably a good thing.
Wait a minute. How come
That's
Bailey
my girl.
knows this?
Oh, so she's my best friend, and I'm turning her into a reptile person. That's
Okay,
like
that was what I was wondering.
my goal in life. So
that is the weekend of Tinley.
Darn
Tinley. So I'll be there, but okay. All right. So Mikey, you're here to tell us about an expo, and we haven't even got to yet. Liza, do you mind if we go to him?
No, please.
No,
all right.
Liza deserves a stage.
No.
All right, Mikey, you want to talk through all these? You want to show all the? I got all the pictures you sent. You want to talk through them, or do you want to just talk freely?
Sure,
or what do you want to do?
We can. You can show the pictures because really, this is the first time I've ever taken so many pictures at an expo. And so this first picture here, this expo, we had some city bylaws come up at the last minute. So our rescues that were attending well, not just the rescues, but the vendors, anybody attending the venue, they had to make changes. So for the rescues, they didn't bring any animals for adoptions. They instead created these binders for people to flip through to start up the application process. So
Can you
that's
get
that part.
Closer to your mic or turn up your microphone so we can hear you a little better.
Sorry, my snake's kicking my stuff all over the place.
No, we understand. We love snakes.
don't
So,
stop.
you know,
They don't stop. Okay. Can you hear me
these
better?
are in alphabetical order for some reason. That's how they got saved. But
There we go. Can you hear me better?
yes, we can hear you better. You see the next picture?
Okay. Yep. So this is the world of 3D. So this gentleman here for Atheris 3D, he's been attending expos now for a couple of years. Fantastic products he's making for really like a lot of snakes and animals, and he does really, really well for sales. Kids love the stuff. Parents that don't want to buy a live reptile end up buying a lot of stuff from him. So, you know, for Chris, for Zeb Green, for his shows, you might look at some 3D printers in your area, get them at the expos, and he won't sell live animals, but he'll sell a lot of plastic stuff.
So what type of area is this building?
It's a convention center. There's multiple halls. For this one, there's 2 halls that we used because it's a plant and reptile expo, so they incorporated some plant vendors as well. This picture here I loved. Saturday morning setup, it was just a blank white banner, but you can see all the people that were signing it on Sunday at the expo. They had like a little table set up as a tribute for Brian. He did come up to our Canadian expos sometimes. I did get to meet him when he was doing a presentation. Again, Brian is Brian, right? You just walk up to him and say, hey, I watch you and I love your stuff. And yeah, he just talks to you like he knows you. And that's Brian. So
Yeah, so I'm going to be at the Reptarium on Saturday night. So
nice.
It's still going on. He built something that's going to continue. So that's incredible. Sure. I mean, he built YouTube or Animal Tube or whatever you call it, but the Reptarium and of course the thing behind it, what can't I think of it? The Legacy Aquarium is still being built, but yeah.
All right. I didn't get to find out if they were going to send that to the Reptarium or not, because in this picture here, you can see it was a pretty good turnout. This, where I took the picture, was like already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I go later because in the morning you get everybody there. It's just like really crowded. The table setups, you have a lot of space in between to walk, but when everybody's just crunched up on all the vendors and all that, it's just like crazy.
All right, who's this? That's the Chameleon Academy shirt.
Nice shirt, Mikey.
Yeah, I had to look good for the
represent.
I'm going to have to send you a McZoo shirt so you can wear that, or a Reptile Store Reporter shirt.
I'll wear it at the next expo and show it off. Fatty is actually Daffy's Reptiles. He does a podcast. He has a YouTube channel. Super great guy. One of the reasons I love going to the expo to talk to people. Fatty's like top list guy. He'd be a great person to have on the show because he also does work for the expo. He does a lot of the social media and kind of the background stuff.
Well, send him my way and I'll get him on.
Yeah, I told him, I go, like, this is what we're doing tonight. And I told him, like, if I can get him on, he says he's game.
There's a lot of unnamed people here that haven't shouted out their names of being here. So maybe he's one of them.
Yeah, Fatty's really good here because he can get a lot of information on the expos. So, well-experienced guy. And then here, you got some YouTube people that some of you are probably familiar, like Kayla. Kayla Roach and Mike Tatula. Greg in the center, he's also kind of a cohort with Fatty. He does some podcasts with Fatty. He's also the guy I love going to the expos to talk to because Greg also does 3D printing. So anything I kind of want to know about or have some questions about, Greg, he gives you the time of day and talks to you. He's also got some great stuff. He's doing some great work with Savannah monitors. So on his Instagram, some fun stuff he's got going on. Here's part of my heart, little rescue. This is the turtle sanctuary. So that's Mark. He's actually setting up the rummage sale. So in order to get revenue for the rescues, we have a rummage sale. Again, we didn't get to bring adoptable animals for this one. And actually, I wasn't volunteering for the day's event. I just volunteered to do the setup. Because I don't mind getting my hands dirty and slugging stuff around used aquariums and all that. So rummage sales, yep. You gotta do what you gotta do to get money. This is another rescue that I love supporting. I get stuff, some stuff done for them to help support and awareness for the rescues. Morgan and Dave, great people, again, passionate what they do. They also work with education, all that stuff. And again, they also didn't bring any animals for adoption, so it was a binder to help get the adoption process started, but nobody actually had actual animals. Like the previous expos, when we had the ball pythons and stuff, it was easy to get them adopted out. Just a Saturday shot there before. Now, I won't get the coordinator on camera, but that gentleman standing in the back, that's Grant Cosman. He's like the godfather of the expos in Canada. He's been doing this for years. I remember when he started the expos, where it was just a couple tables at a Veterans Legion with people with just binders of their pictures. And now you're getting like 2-day events, and Grant's really got a great team putting expos together.
All right.
Well, this is Morgan. So Morgan is also from Ontario Reptile Rescue, but to, again, raise funds for the rescues, she's gone into building PVC enclosures. So this 4x2x2 is her first enclosure that she's been building and starting to market, where they can raise funds for the rescue. And
that's cool.
Slowly bugging her to get into arboreals because, everybody's doing 4x2x2 PVCs. And, Bell's already got some very influential people ahead of the curve into the arboreals. And really, if we can do more arboreal PVC enclosures, because PVC can last a long time, yeah, I mean, it's a great way for them to raise funds for the rescue and organization. So, expos. These two guys here for Rosemere Reptiles, these guys have been doing expos for years and years. And again, when you talk about community, the man standing actually worked for the man sitting down. That was his boss in his job, in his career. And then when the gentleman sitting down, his name's Ken, retired, he started going on the road with Barry to do expos. And, they have a company. They're a crested gecko breeder. They work with New Caledonia. And again, community. You go, you talk to these guys, and they can just talk to you for forever. And the support, again, it's not just buying a gecko. It's like, if you had a question, Barry's wife, in 3 minutes, you'll have an answer back from her. That's how fast they are. And again, it's just like the community. This is when you can take a picture of a setup, and that's what you have to do on a Saturday. If you want to take pictures of an expo, you go on a Saturday during setup when there's no traffic, because, boy, I tell you, there's vendors I wanted to talk to, and some people that were like invertebrates. Oh, this is a good one, because for anybody who wants plants for their enclosures, boy, this guy was making it big time. That's only part of the amount of plants he brought in for the expo. When I got there, the lineup of people checking out at the expo, I swear I thought he was giving plants for free. It was like long.
Holy cow.
Yeah, like the amount of people buying plants was insane.
I think that was probably the busiest booth at the expo I went to as well, was the plants too.
Yeah, like he has a reptile side of it too, and this table for reptiles was not even like nothing compared to what he had for plants that day. And the lineup, it was insane. One thing we have with our expos is we have some veterinarians that walk around checking people's tables, checking their animals' health.
Oh, wow. Cool.
I think Bill recognizes one of them
Yep.
quite well.
Yep.
I forget
Yeah, didn't he-
I forget the other gentleman's name. So Dr. Brown is the man in the white shirt. He's also my chameleon veterinarian, because when I was doing my search for my carpet chameleons, when I saw the Madagascar video with Dr. Alec Brown and with you guys doing the whole tour, it's just like, yeah, he's my chameleon vet. And as soon as I saw him at the expos, I told him what I was doing. So I had the bug in his ear. He knew what was coming. So, but yeah, he's a great vet. Again, people want to talk to vets, and they're walking around checking the animals for health. Again, a lot of the focus is on the captive bred, and that's the main focus. There are a couple of vendors that do bring in wild caught, but they do let you know that they are wild caught. They're not going to just try to pass it off as captive bred or whatever. Like,
So what type of chameleons were on this or at this?
chameleons at this one? I think I've only saw one veiled.
Okay. And what else
The
was there?
guy, the Madagascar importer where I got my lateralis from, he had some Europlatus species that he still had, that he was brought to his table. But for me, it's like I just gotta get another lateralis. So the word is that in June there's another shipment coming in of lateralis.
In June?
So in June, yeah, I'm like, well, okay, because when I got mine, they were supposed to be in June. Again, there were delays in Madagascar with exportation, and so I ended up getting them at the end of August. So this time he says they're coming in June, so I will be, as soon as he has them on the site, I'll pre-order to get another pair. Right now I've been redoing things with all my terrariums and stuff, so I'll be ready for a pair that comes in, and again, just put in all the work to make sure that these wild-caughts, do survive and thrive and stuff. Because right now my female, she's a rock star. She's doing great. She's eating tongs. She's tongue feeding from me.
Oh, that is
For
excellent.
wild-caught, for wild-caught, she's really well behaved. So I love it.
Mhm.
So she's even behaving better than the veiled I had years ago. I mean, my guy, like, I could take him outside. So, yeah.
All right. So now we're approaching an hour at this point. So this is when I ask the guests what they have to say. So Mikey, anything else about the expo that you want us to know?
Yeah, the one thing I saw increasing and getting bigger is the sense of community. There's a lot of people walking around, and even myself, there were some people, like, we were texting, hey, are you here? Yeah, you're here. Where are you? And you just rush over to that vendor's table and you just start chatting for half an hour and so, and you're walking by and then you're just waving to people, even people you don't know or thought you would never get to know. Expo, that's where I got to know them. And
All right.
vendors, like, don't be shy talking to vendors. Everybody goes to the expo, talk to a vendor. Yeah.
So Eliza, any final thoughts except for Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and chameleons?
What else
And the
is there?
first expo.
What else? Yeah. What else is there? I guess maybe just like a question, like, is there anything that me as a new person to this community can do to like help strengthen it and grow?
Oh, I got an answer for that. Just do what you're doing. Be active. Be part of the community. When you come into the lives, the whole live thing is relatively new, and so it is a growing phenomena, and you're being part of that in the grassroots effort and right at the beginning. Like my lives, I've been doing them for over 2 years, and it's taken a long time for them to start building community. But now we've got a digital community that gets together on these lives, and it's a positive community. That's the difference from some of the other communities that have been formed in the recent last 10, 15 years, that these are positive, and that's a very cool thing.
Unique.
Be a positive, encouraging member of the community that you find that is positive and healthy for you. There's a lot of communities out there that are not healthy, but everybody decides what they want to do with their time online. Yeah, just being
Also-
part of it, a community.
Also, don't forget chameleonsforums.com. Eliza's a rock star on there too.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think there's any other site that she's on there more than anything else than that website, because every time
That's literally the only website I'm on.
I try to go in daily and I see Eliza, she's active. Like, she is like top tier.
Thanks.
All right, Bill, any final thoughts?
No final thoughts here, except everybody join me at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, Pacific.
I'll be there.
And let's see,
Wow.
we're going to go to the vet.
Mhm.
And I think that's the main thing. I'm going to be going to the vet
At 5 a.m.?
at 5 a.m. Yes. And we're going to try to figure out what those round things are.
Wow.
They look like Cuck City, but they're not Cuck City, man.
All right. So
I
so
hope
that'll
it's
be
not
something-
Is it Entoamoeba invaded?
Well, I don't want to like give away the ending, but but
I can
tomorrow
ask.
tomorrow I just take them to the vet. I actually haven't gotten a word back from the vet as to what the results are. They,
Okay.
as you will see, they all took a look at it and they said, well, I don't know. We're gonna have to send it out to a professional lab.
Wow.
But I've said too much already.
Okay.
Hate to give
All right,
away.
don't give it away, Bill. We won't want to get up.
I mean, all the suspense.
All right. Okay. and
Wait, can I tell Tom? I'm sorry. I called Sulcata tortoises turtle dogs. I'm so sorry.
Oh boy.
That was
I don't
a
think
term
you
of
cared.
endearment. I
think they're
promise.
turtle tanks. They
They're
go
tanks.
through.
Yes.
They're
They're just
tanks.
really
They go
cool.
through
I just
everything.
love
They destroy
them.
everything. It's
I
just like
love them.
the,
That was Just don't. I didn't want to make him mad.
No, he's not going to be mad. He's a great guy. It's like the Galapagos turtles and the Eldabra that they have at the Reptarium are huge. The three huge turtles and turtles and tortoises are turtles. But yes. All right. So I'm going to finish by just thanking Mikey Ben for being here again. Eliza, thank you for being
Thanks,
brave
everybody.
and coming on.
Thanks for the
and
invite.
thank you for all that you're doing for the community. Bill, as always, thank you for dragging me into these trouble and what have you.
Treading water.
There are days when things aren't good, but the last 2 days I've taken so many pictures of my basement of different areas of the things that are doing very well, and it's chameleon heaven down there. It's
Excellent.
not that they're dying, but that they're doing really good and awesome, and it's awesome. So I'm really happy about it. So and when we get to announce what's going on there and start pulling people in, that'll be sometime in the next couple months, but I'll have to figure that out. But
I want to be there. I want to hear.
Okay, I know you're going to be there. I'm going to announce on this show. What are you talking about? I'm going to bring pictures and I'm going to announce the website and.
All right, as long as you don't do it next week. Well, next week, everybody. Next week, I am going to be actually. I won't be here because I am going to be on another live show, the Aquarimax live show, talking to the Isopod people about chameleons. But you guys,
that's okay. We got two Turtle Tom filling in. We're going to be talking about Eliza's comments on large tortoises.
I knew I'd make a fool of
Hopefully, she'll
myself.
be here
I
now
knew it.
watching you on Aquarimax. But I'm fairly certain where her loyalties lie because and you're the guy, Bill. So I don't know.
Well, the Aquarimax one actually starts at would it be 7:30 your time, so you can catch half an hour of it before you come back to your normally scheduled show.
All right. So you should be able to make part of the show, Bill. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. See, I don't know how. Sometimes these things go over, and so I can't commit to something. But hey, I might show up and start.
We'll send
trolling
you a
in the
link, and you'll
comments.
show up at like 2 minutes before we're done. So okay, all right.
There's smoke coming out.
Okay, hold on. All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.